And there's storms all around us, 360 degrees. We're in a little pocket right now. So I've got to kind of hurry before we get caught up in this mess. I didn't expect for there to be so much snow. I knew there would be some, but where I left, there was no snow at all, and it was almost 60 degrees. It's around 30 degrees right now. I've seen these markings on Google Earth before, and I've been out here a few times. We're out here near the Red Wall in the southern Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming, and I wanted to come out here and see if I can figure out what they were. I'm sure that one of you probably know exactly what they are, whether or not they're man-made or some kind of naturally occurring formation that's out here. They look like they're probably man-made, but there are some very interesting geological formations all around out here, so nothing would surprise me. I thought perhaps that they were used for funneling the cattle through here, possibly. Or maybe there was some kind of water system or river system. When you look at it from Google Earth or from the drone, it actually looks like some kind of maze that you would see on a kids menu when you go to a restaurant, where the kids have to, you know, draw the line through the maze to get from the beginning to the end. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So it's pretty interesting. And I wanted to come out here and take a look. We've got the last bit of our winter in Wyoming. Of course, I'm not very well dressed for it. Like I said, where I left, it wasn't anything like this, and we really didn't go that high in elevation. But here I'm coming up on the beginning of it right here. So right there is the first mound. Well, here's another mound right here. These have to be man-made, right? Has to be. Oh, there's some fencing over here. So there's some fencing right over here. These remind me of the mounds that they use to contain the large oil containers, which is kind of like a similar formation. So this berm that I'm standing on right here is like the first big one, and then there's all these other ones that are further out that are a little bit smaller and lower in level. This one's significantly higher, but then it dips down, and there's another one, another dip down, and another one, and it just repeats over and over and over again. But then there's other ones that are perpendicular to these that are horizontal, and this one over here is kind of vertical, goes up around. They're not really in straight lines. And then there's one that comes around here that cuts off right in the middle, kind of, right there. So it makes me wonder if it was used for herding cattle. I'm not really sure. It's definitely interesting. There's definitely cattle out here. We are out here at the beginning of, actually, it's pretty cool, the entrance to the Red Wall, which is where Butch Cassidy used to stay in the winter times. It's called the Hole in the Wall, and they had a little ranch there and a cabin. I'll go out there and film it one of these days. I'm not going to be able to make it out today because of the storm that's coming. It's actually getting pretty close to us. It's getting a little sketchy right around back here and up here in these mountains. So I have to head out pretty soon. You can see the sage brush was made for this Wyoming climate. This stuff is hardy and tough. Here you can see the little berm that comes off of this first major one and then flows down here and then cuts up, and then there's just one after another, and then this one giant structure goes up several thousand yards, and then off to the left, out in front of it, quite a ways before those hills up there, there's another one of these entire formations. It's kind of, it looks like it's eroded away. So it's kind of like there's another one of these. There's some small creeks and tiny reservoirs for the cattle or the ranchers out here, but there's no major river systems right here. So I thought maybe it was for controlling floodwaters or a river, but I'm not really sure. Has to be man-made. It's so peaceful out here. The trains have been going non-stop though. You hear all the animals and the birds. They're ready for springtime. I'm gonna have to head back, guys, before this storm gets going crazy. Y'all let me know what you think this is. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows exactly what this is. Has to have something to do with the ranching, right? Or some kind of flood control structure that was built out here. I'm not sure. It's the best guess that I have. But you all let me know what it is. And next time I come out here, I'll take you out to see where Butch Cassidy used to hide out, right out by the red wall, where he could see law enforcement coming from miles away. It's pretty cool. As soon as some of the snow melts off a little bit, I'll head out there. One of the things I wanted to test out here was the Starlink Roam, and we just got this a couple weeks ago, and I've got it hooked up to this EcoFlow power station, and I brought my laptop out here, and I'm going to check out the connection to Starlink satellites and see how it works out here. I mean, there's a ton of low-level clouds out here, so it will be interesting to see how it actually functions. And I'm going to fire it up right now and see how it does. So right now the Starlink is booting up and it's looking for satellites right now, and you see it's checking the alignment. I'll just have the Starlink in the back of the bed, and I'm going to see if that's good enough. I might have to put it out on the ground, which is fine. It looks like it's going to get online, just sitting in the bed of the truck, and I'm on a little bit of an angle also. It'll tell me if I need to change the orientation of the Starlink. Okay, so the Starlink just came online successfully, and three devices. My laptop is already online, and my phone, and something else. But how cool is that? We're out here in the middle of nowhere. Just bring the Starlink with you, and you've got instant access to high-speed internet. Let's do a speed test. That's pretty impressive. And you can see the cloud cover that's out here. I mean, it's all directions. Pretty heavy cloud cover, but the Starlink didn't have any problems with that. Now I'm gonna get the laptop online, and I'm going to check out Google Earth. And I've got the EcoFlow back here. It's a mess, so don't mind my mess. We're just kind of piloting this out and seeing how this works. Let's see how the laptop is doing. The laptop is online, and this is Google Earth Pro, and this is the hole-in-the-wall pass that I was talking about, where Butch Cassidy used to hide out with the hole-in-the-wall gang, or the Wild Bunch. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And we are back here, and I'm sitting right here on this road. So right here was the structure that I was standing on at the front, and then I was showing you the different berms that come out from there, and the one that went around the side. So this is running off of the Starlink right now. It's doing really good. So if I wanted to, I could pretty much go anywhere, bring the Starlink with me, the power station, and get some pretty detailed exploring. How cool is that? All right, guys, I'm going to call that a successful pilot test of the Starlink. Just sitting back here in the bed of my truck. Kind of changes the game. I mean, I know we had cell phones and Garmin's and things like that. You can hear this thing doing a little bit of work back there. This kind of changes the game. You can bring the Starlink out to just about anywhere, well, anywhere that you can bring it with you, and get connected to the satellites in the sky and have high-speed internet to do whatever you need to do. If you want to go to exploring in great detail, or if you want to call Uber Eats and have them bring you some lunch and you don't have cell phone signal, there you go. I gotta get going because this is about to roll in here. It's only a half a mile away right there, so it's time for me to go. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one. This is Mother Nature's April Fool's joke, because tomorrow is April 1st, and this is what we got. Springtime, what? Let's go!